With the Liberty Safe, you can keep your valuables safe. Things like your drill, your lunch, your taper, or other stuff. Precious family heirlooms, pest control, or other stuff. Stupid exercise equipment, extension cords, your balls, tomatoes, or other stuff. Go to libertysafe.com to find your local dealer.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. In the world of conservative commentary, it is very hard to stage a boycott or to cancel various corporations and institutions because so much of our institutions are totally and completely captured by the woke and leftists. We must take revenge on the brands and products that we have power and sway over. That is why it is wonderful what we have done to Target, what we have done to Bud Light, and now what we shall do to a very deserving brand, a brand called Liberty Safe. Liberty Safe is a constitutional brand that allows for you to hold your products near and dear to you inside of your gun safe. That would warrant you, of course, protection against unreasonable search and seizure, as the Constitution does, but it turns out that Liberty Safe actually will gladly hand over all of your information and allow the feds to unlock your safe. How do we know about this? We know about this because of our friends, the Hodge twins. The Hodge twins, great dudes. You should follow their account. Posted this a day ago. Last week, our friend was raided by the feds over J6. His name is Nathan Hughes. He's from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Nate was raided by the FBI and arrested at gunpoint. His girlfriend, who just had a miscarriage, was held at gunpoint, put in handcuffs. The FBI turned off his security cameras, unplugged his internet, flipped his house upside down in the search. The feds called the manufacturer of his Liberty gun safe and got the passcode to get into it. All for protesting at the Capitol 2.5 years ago. Now, these J6 cases, I take them case by case. Obviously, an enormous amount of fraudulence has been proven here in the charges. An enormous amount of injustice has been done. And I often refer back to the First Amendment that says that we have not only a right, but a obligation to petition our government for the redress of grievances. Do so peacefully, and you should be fine. Sadly, our FBI and our Department of Justice have turned into a Gestapo, deep state law enforcement agency, but the laws of thermodynamics apply. Equal and opposite reactions. You see, they are losing power. They are losing the support of the American people. All polling show this. And so they must grip even harder. And that is why you see images like this of said Gestapo masquerading as a police force, raiding this man's home, arresting this man in public. Look at this. They bring an army to raid the day. I just came down from the border, and there weren't this many border patrol agents on the southern border with human traffickers and cartels operating in a military fashion. Yet this is what they bring to arrest one single man at his home and then get his Liberty Safe code? What the hell is that about? Wait a second. Did I read that correctly? Oh, yes. Yes, you did, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the line from the Hodge twins. The Liberty Safe that he had complied with the feds as soon as they were asked to comply and handed over this man's information. Liberty Safe tells customers they provided FBI an access code for the J6ers gun safe. Huh? Listen, I don't know this guy. I don't know what he's done. I assume that these are just trumped up charges, like the vast majority of them. But what I will say is this: Liberty Safe deserves the Bud Light treatment and the boycott treatment. My God, this is infuriating to me. Liberty Safe advertises itself as America's #1 heavy-duty gun safe manufacturer. They claim more than 2 million homeowners have found peace of mind by storing their valuable weapons in the Liberty Safe. They tout their 98% customer satisfaction rating. Yet when it came to giving access of that safe to law enforcement, Liberty Safe is right on board. Customers will find that in the event that they are served a search warrant for their home, Liberty Safe will aid law enforcement in getting that safe open through a secret backdoor. How does a safe company even have this capacity that allows them to open up any of their customers' safes? My God. My God. On August 30th, they complied with a request from the FBI to open an Arkansas safe of Nathan Hughes, who was served a search warrant in connection with his alleged attendance during January 6th. At a mostly peaceful protest. More than 1,000 people have been arrested in connection with the riot. DOJ promises to arrest 1,000 more. Gotta up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers. Yeah. So now there is enormous backlash to Liberty Safe. Liberty Safe felt that backlash and tweeted this, saying effectively that Liberty Safe was served with a warrant that grants the federal government access to the property. After receiving the request, we received proof of the valid warrant. Only then did we provide the access code. So wait a second, why do they have an access code to your safe? Liberty Safe had no knowledge of any of the details surrounding the investigation. Huh? Liberty Safe, devoted to protecting personal property and Second Amendment rights for their customers, repeatedly denied access codes without a warrant. But wait a second, was it a warrant for the safe itself, issued by a court with a direct order? Do you understand how warrants work? You can say, we're a private company. We don't owe you jack. Lawyer up, pal. This is what Apple did, actually, to the feds. And we'll get to that story in just a moment. Tim Pool is saying, I don't care that Liberty Safe gave the code to the feds. I care that they had the code in the first place. Liberty Safes are now completely worthless. Oh, yeah, baby. He's right. Rich Bear is saying, exactly. If they wanted to live up to their name, then Liberty Safe would have had a policy to not keep codes in the first place. Would have said, sorry, guys. Tough luck. Hit the bricks. Again, get a blowtorch. Or take us to court and have a judge declare that we must open this safe. Liberty Safe is now a joke. Liberty Safe is now a Bud Light repository suppository. Liberty Safe is owned by an NYC-based super woke private equity firm. Oh, interesting that. Before, they were owned by a publicly traded company that was equally terrible. Good idea to never buy a safe from a company that has that structure. They will not be on your side when it matters, says Jordan Satchel. Liberty Safe just turned off their replies to this tweet. Yes, indeed, that is correct. Liberty Safe has gone and said, no, we're not going to let anyone reply to this. Jack Posobiec snuck in there, though, right before they turned the replies off and said, enjoy bankruptcy, traitors. Correct. Liberty Safe is now the new Bud Light. That is what people are tweeting, and that is correct. We must choose our targets carefully as conservatives, and we must apply pressure where we have the power to apply pressure. Liberty Safe is one of those companies. We are going to bankrupt this company. DC Drano, if Liberty Safe had one brain cell of common sense remaining in their entire company, they would profusely apologize for giving the feds the passcode to their customer safe, cover all of his legal fees, cover all the legal fees of anyone else they did this to, and swear they'll never do it again, but they won't. They're Fed Safe, not Liberty Safe. That branding will stick. Fed Safe. Liberty Safe has turned off their replies because their customers are angry with them. Stunning and brave. Ladies and gentlemen, this footage is absolutely chilling. The number of people that were brought in on these raids, whilst the inner cities, while there are like open criminal gangland operations happening throughout all of our inner cities. Have you ever seen a raid like this of anyone who marched with BLM or Antifa and burned down or killed? The only person killed on January 6th was a unarmed, peaceful protester who was shot without warning at point-blank range. Liberty Safe has now locked their comments on X after receiving massive backlash for providing the FBI with an access code to the safe belonging to one of their customers. Why would you ever have or use a Liberty Safe again? Liberty Safe customers are fuming over it was revealed that the company stores access codes to their safe. One customer is the quartering who revealed that he would be canceling his Liberty Safe order that he made on Saturday. The quartering saying that he ordered a large safe on Saturday. I will be canceling it. This will be worse than Bud Light. These are the memes that people are posting now. That is the $1 million question Ashley St. Clair asks. What is she asking? Well, she's saying that Yashar Ali, who is arguably by every measure a leftist, who is certainly not on the side of like MAGA or J6ers, is saying, why does a safe company have access codes to their customer's safe? Yeah, Ashley St. Clair. Of course, they're going to comply with a federal subpoena, but Liberty Safe should not have had customer safe codes to begin with. They're complying with this with the subpoena should have been like, yeah, and get a blowtorch. Jack, if you want our help, then get a judge to directly order us to help you. If you do that in a court of law, otherwise we'll countersue you. Elon Musk saying this is the classic lost my password issue, but for safes. People forget their safe combinations all the time. They call the safe company to open it. But you see, that's very interesting that Elon Musk would put it in those terms because this actually happened. Apple refused to comply with the feds to open up an iPhone. This was an iPhone of a horrible criminal, a terrorist who killed people in San Bernardino. Apple upholds our constitutional privacy rights more than a gun safe company. They're cowards and frauds. You know that Apple actually sued the FBI over the right to privacy, and they won. Tim Cook saying that Apple's refusal to unlock an iPhone for the FBI is a civil liberties issue. He's correct. Tim Cook saying in a statement at the time, this was in 2016, Cook said that such a move, meaning having like secret back-end passcodes to get into everyone's iPhone, would undermine encryption by creating a backdoor that could potentially be used by other future devices. In the wrong hands, this software, which does not exist today, would have the potential to unlock any iPhone in anyone's physical possession, the statement said, thus making any security on your iPhone worthless, like Liberty Safe is right now. So wait a second. Am I on the side of Apple? So I'm now on the side of Apple over a gun safe company. Apple, Silicon Valley, leftist Apple, is now more in line with the constitutional ideals of the rights to privacy than a gun safe company that's destroyed. Liberty Safe is destroyed now. Liberty Safe utterly destroyed. The Krasensteins, of course, jumping in on this, talking about how wonderful it is to unlock people's private property, even when they think that property is secure. Elon Musk saying they're going way too far with the J6 sentence links. So Elon Musk has regularly stood up for J6ers against the federal government's overreach there. And he's on the right side of history for that. Never buy a safe from a company that will give your passcode to tyrants. Yep, correct. Again, they're shutting replies off. This company is going under. They totally betrayed their customer base. It is impossible to earn back that trust. They had a moral duty to protect their customers. Instead, they placated the feds through a secret backdoor. Ugly, 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 ugly stuff. One more final thing, says Sean Davis, who is a legal expert. Absent a court order and a publisher of the Federalist, absent a court order, you weren't required to give them anything. You voluntarily gave out a combination over a warrant per your own release that did not apply to your property. So this was a broad warrant that just said you can search his stuff, but that doesn't mean you have a right. Look, that doesn't mean that a company has to go unlock everything in his possession. Apple sure as hell didn't unlock his iPhone. Start marketing your stuff as Bud Light storage. That's what everyone is saying. And again, why am I on the side of Apple here? Apple sued the FBI and won over the encryption debate to secure the property of their customers. Breathtaking. Truly, utterly, and totally and completely breathtaking. Final shot across the bow from the Hodge twins here. Why does Liberty Safe make their customers hire a locksmith if they lose their passcode? But if the feds want into your safe, they'll immediately send them your code. This is directly from the Liberty Safe website. If you need immediate access to your safe's combination, you'll need to hire a certified locksmith. However, you must contact Liberty Safe first to have the locksmith contact us too. Failure to do so will void your safe and safe lock warranties. So you lose your code, screw you. Shell out a fat stack to a locksmith. But if the feds, without a warrant, specifically pertaining to your safe, right, because that's how warrants work, with a broad warrant, want in, oh, here you go, daddy. That's right. We call it Fed Safe now. We're going to follow this case very, very closely. We're going to turn this company into new Bud Light. You do not get away with stuff like this any longer. This ain't your grandfather's Republican Party. We're different, okay? And Liberty Safe is going to learn today. Do not give out or cooperate with tyrants. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe to end the communism that is ravaging our nation. These people are losing, and they are going to wild out. They're going to go nuts because they're losing. That's what you're seeing here. So steady on. See ya.